Welcome back to Strategy and Snark. Doing something a little different today since my office is a little loud. We're trying out the headset. So do let me know if this sounds too quiet. I can adjust these pretty easily. So, today we're looking at the Slave Lords chain. It is, again, here in the Gatekeeper's Grove. We're going to talk to yet another one of these gatekeepers who have found yet another page of the Codex of Infinite Planes. It's almost like they're using it as the main plot for half the expansions lately. Anyway, we have more important things to do. They know that these are the slave lords. They are known slavers. So I would be perfectly happy stabbing all of these guys anyway.
As you enter the room, a woman wearing a noble's finery gestures for you to approach.
So
Dame Gold points to the door at the rear of the chamber.
it might be audible,
will lead you to the abandoned
but
temple.
this pack is narrated by Travis Willingham, who is Grog from Critical Role, which I didn't know at first until, one of those, I know that voice, what's going on? So, seek information on the slave lords. Are we done talking? Good enough. We go from this lady's house to
the path leads to an ancient wall.
A forest.
The symbol of the slave lords hangs above the crumbling gateway.
How overt can you be? The symbol of the slave lords is on their actual castle thing, and they've got an actual castle. Man, if I was running an evil slave empire, I maybe wouldn't leave the gate open. Secret door or not.
A secret door can be seen at the rear of this alcove.
Alright, what do we got? This is a pack from... Oh, hello, traps. Wave at the traps. Hey, get out of there. Slaver thug. You're all gonna be slavers now. You're not gonna have any slaves by the time I'm done with this place.
Most of this room is covered in dust and decay, but you can tell that a wall of
So, what I was going to say was, this pack is from back when the primary way they inserted monsters into quests was to just spawn them basically everywhere and in large numbers. I think they went back and toned it down. But it is still... Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I've played it since they toned it down. Very similar to Temple of Elemental Evil, kind of used the same background... same background coding to pop enemies in. A lot of these hallways are going to be trapped. Really? That... Turn the handle, door explodes. Okay. This chain is 3 quests, if I remember right, and they're basically in a row. It's kind of like how Temple of Elemental Evil was, in that it's just one really long quest that's broken up for your convenience. Hello, slave. You're free now. I don't believe any time takes place in between the parts. This looks like it's too obviously going to break, so we're going to go around the outside. Ooh. Just barely made it on there. More traps. Yeah, I'm already feeling like there's a lot less enemies than there used to be. This era of adventure packs used to be notorious for just having waves and waves and waves and waves of just throwaway enemies.
This room stinks
The
of vinegar,
the packs seem to be a
firelight,
bit smaller now, which
odor
is
pours
not
from
the
a
adventure
large
pack, but
mound of
the
smoldering
packs of
compost in the
monsters
center of the floor.
are a little less obviously huge. Alright, got a lever. There's probably another lever over here. No. Can I just open the door? Alright, just open the door. I guess I could be bothered to buff. Ah. One down. We need the green one to keep going. I want to say you end up going down basically every hallway anyway. I just heard the hireling go, ugh! And then the pop-up came, oh, I found a trap. Well done, hireling. There are so many traps in this place, it's not even worth stopping to point them out. Like, this is one of those just pull the map up. Like, there's... I think we go in here and then later we go that way, so we're gonna go this way.
The air grows chill in the graveyard. The plants sway gently.
I have run these quests 4 or 5 times. They have not historically been my favorites because I keep getting lost, and they used to have egregious numbers of bad guys. So maybe I will actually like it better now that I'm not like
the sound of a door opening can be
being held down by hundreds of enemies. Oh, really? Held? Ah, those whites. Those whites. Made me lose some strength there, but that doesn't really affect us anymore. So we pulled the lever, which is I think all we came in. We pulled 2 levers to open this door to pull a lever so we can go down the other hallway until go through a door. This is a classic module. Like, I believe that this is an actual pen and paper. It's a pen and paper adventure you could buy, so they're probably just mimicking what you can get, what you see in the real module. Not a one-to-one recreation, but
the staircase
the highlights
floors,
at least.
ending in a dank tunnel carved into the earth. The foul stench of troglodytes permeates the air.
Troglodytes. So, off the top of my head, shrines are kind of scarce in these quests. That was one of my original issues. What's that? More troglodytes. I want to say this way is the way we want to go. Oh, apparently I have annoyed too many troglodytes. Why are they even here? Like, are you just trying to steal leftover slaves? I forgot we had a new button to press. Unfortunately, it's a 30-second cooldown, but I'm going to push that button more often. You know, we should probably make it our second button. So I can just go in and hit 1 every time we get into a fight. Alright, let's see if I was right about which way was the correct way to go. Giant black rat. Giant black rat. Gray rat.
This chamber is uncomfortably warm. The air is rank with the smell of rotting garbage.
Got some rust monsters in here, so if you are not using a crystal weapon that is immune to rust damage, be careful. I think this is what we wanted. There's obviously stuff you can do all over in those caves, but we're trying to get through the main path. The main items of this pack, I believe, are mostly crafted items. So you get like the one I keeps. There's going to be a ton of traps on this hallway. Most annoyingly, there's going to be a gust trap that blows you off into the water, and you got to walk all the way back around. I'm gonna hopefully time my way through that one. Stupid skeletons resist slashing. Are we fast enough to just book it? Nope. Fortunately, the current kind of takes us back. And now that we've seen where the trap is, it'll still be going off. Again, not a damaging trap. Just a... Well, it damages morale. That's what it does. It damages morale. And there's 3 of them. Tap, tap, middle. Oh, they're not synchronized. Nope. It's a good thing that's not just a really obnoxious trap that not a lot you can do about it since they are apparently not synchronized, so you can't time it. What's the hit detection like? Is there space in between them? There's a little space in between. Maybe we can stand right here. Nope. Nope. And the current is pushing me so I can't get in front of the ladder. I don't usually take any of the charge attacks. Is it just like a longer sequence? It goes far, close, middle, do, and then back to this one real quick. Okay, I'll take it. I think it's this way. Oh yeah, the map says I'm right. So this is supposed to be kind of a exploration incursion kind of thing. You're trying to find your way to the true slave lords. So this, especially this first quest, is absolutely about exploring and figuring things out, not necessarily just bum rushing everything. For some reason, I feel like I'm supposed to be going down this hallway. Alright. Was I... I think I was right. This looks familiar. So, unlike the previous water room, we got a red lever over here, we can actually just jump out of this water and continue our way over here to where we're going to find that lever. And a shrine, if I remember right. And a slave. We'll high-five the slave before we talk to anybody else.
A group of orcs stand around a cauldron, chanting in their harsh
hi.
tongue. The witch doctor looks up and says,
Hello?
Adventurers! Oh, I love adventurers. Nobody complains when I bring them.
Oh, this guy's got some meat on his bones.
Witch Doctor cries.
Servants, defend me!
I mean,
Doctor gives a final cry.
still goes down, but
Silent.
his backup needed a little more backup. Alright, I would have liked to get an example of the items. Okay, so broken shackles. So this is one of the materials you need in order to upgrade the items that drop here. The items themselves drop pretty regularly. We did not find a lever. Lever? I was pretty sure that the lever was back here. So, well, it is. It's just not very far. So the items drop pretty regularly. I usually get one, not every quest, but every run. Sometimes more than one of some of them. Let's see. Do I remember how this works? Well, that's scary. So we need to light this so that we can turn this lever. As you might have noticed, there's a lot of fire. And I want to say you don't want to hit these red ones either, because the red ones will trigger these ones where you're standing. And the door's locked behind you. So we're going to put the hireling right up against that door to maybe be out of range if I screw up. We're going to make sure that these are effectively disabled. Fire resistance. I'm going to run up there and... yeah, okay. Don't have to worry about that one now. So it's going to go along there. Down, over... now we need to go... this has to go this direction. So this probably has to go left and then up. What shape is this, if I can see it through the fire? Up. Over. That goes down. This goes... no. Oh, yeah. Goes down, and then... oops. Didn't mean to hit that one. I'm getting a little greedy hitting too many clicks. Just, once you've got... so like usual, work backwards. So this, right here, this solves this side. It'll go up and around, up the top, goes down. That one doesn't work, so we probably have to go straight over. I mean, this can only go this direction. It'll have to go up this way. It'll have to go around that way. Have to go up and around. So yeah, up, over, down, straight, over, yeah. My poor little cat's getting toasted. Fortunately, he's a magic cat. I'm sure I clicked that. Click, click, click. Fire. You can plan your puzzle out before you pull this blue lever, but I don't believe you can turn any of these before you push the blue lever. So you have to solve it while the fire's on, but I don't believe that you can't just run around here and... I really thought the fire was off. Oh, I forgot to actually pull the lever. There you go. Don't forget to actually pull the lever to turn off the trap. Some more broken shackles. More traps. Man, that one even knocked me down in the middle of the trap. That's mean. Just knocks you down and then just keeps shooting you. I definitely would either run this... if you're going to go in here on Elite, I would either make sure you have somebody who can do traps. Because it makes a huge difference if you can find all of these traps ahead of time. Or run it so far over level that it doesn't matter. So like I'm only 4 levels over, and I'm basically ignoring all the traps, but I'm on normal mode. Alright. Oh, there's some slaves down there. We should save them. Hello, slavers. Goodbye, slavers. There's probably a lever around here somewhere to open this gate up. I think we drop in the corners. Yeah, we drop down there.
Quiet sobs echo from the cell below.
I am here to save you. High fives for everyone. Saving all the slaves. Because that's what heroes do. Granted that even if we didn't high-five everybody, so that they knew they could get out, murdering every single slaver would probably just have the same effect. That's everybody in the outside rooms. Oh, missed one. Wow, there's even more slaves. I guess they are the slave lords. They're not like the slave noobs. It's not my first slaves. How is it that an organization can get this big, that they have like dozens of slaves, and a single adventurer hasn't already come in here and just fed them all their faces? Like, they're very organized. You're free. Let's just open all the doors? Yeah. You're free. Free, free. I guess I have to actually be in his cell to free him. Her. And I gotta go around. I do feel bad some of the later quests. I don't bother freeing the slaves. These ones are all just like right here. Right? Because these are... The slave lords are honestly only the second most dangerous slavers that we fight. The drow are significantly more dangerous. Alright. I want to say we're getting close to the end of the first.
Seems to contain nothing of value.
First quest is almost done. I don't believe that it contains nothing, but it does have a shrine in it. Ha! A slave. Alright. Obviously you don't have to free the slaves, but... Paladin! I'm not going to not free them if I happen to be in the room with them. Here we go. Here is Strimtom.
Yes, you'll fetch a fine.
Right. You realize that, like, I literally have a god looking over me, right? I am a paladin. Good luck. Like, I'm pretty sure if you piss my paladin god off enough, he'll just actually smite you himself. I'm even going to kill all your friends so that you know I'm serious.
The slave lord grunts. Very well.
Stab, stab, stab.
Ways of dealing with the likes of you. The slave lord crumples into a lifeless heap. Now to
Alright,
search for
now we
clues to
jump
location
over
of
here.
the other slavers.
There are, in case you didn't see, I'll get down where it's easier to see. It's not a ladder, but it is effectively a ladder. They have these little stones. You are intended to be able to climb up and out. Come on. Come on. Well, apparently it doesn't work anymore. Maybe these ones aren't live ladders after all. I thought they were. Well, I'm glad I tested that. Just stuck in the water forever. Okay. Under this thing, and then we get to a real ladder. Apparently, if you can't make the jump, you have to walk around. And the information on the slave lords we've been looking for is right here. Shipping manifest.
The manifest describes a keep some distance from here. This fortress seems to play a major role in the slave trade. More clues
Alright,
about the
here's
slave
what I
lords
want.
can doubtless be found there.
So, chains. Slaver's prefix, slaver's suffix, slaver's extra, slaver's bonus, slaver's set bonus, slaver's augment slot. These are very customizable, obviously. Not so good if you just like slapping stuff on, because you gotta farm out the broken shackles, the broken chains, tattered robes, all freaking sorts of stuff. But makes them special. Equips to neck, comma, waist. I could put this in my neck slot, or I could put it in my waist. It is, as far as I know, this is the only chain that actually has items that could go in 2 different slots. So they are, like, the most customizable. Like, you can put them... Like, there's a lot of customization to them. I will give them that. I'm not sure it's worth the grind, because you need 1.5 million of the ingredients. And you're never going to do that grind for the, the level 8 version. This is, you come in here at the epic version, you grind that. So, Secret of the Slavers Stockade. We are going to take out one of their fortresses.
Creatures preparing for battle can be heard from the next room.
So, we're really just continuing to just kill slavers. Run forward, kill slavers. Still trying to find... Well, I guess technically our end goal is to find the Codex of the Infinite Planes. They have one of the pages we wanted. That's why we're technically here. But to do that, we need to kill all the slavers. I really thought you were going to fall down.
Hobgoblins can be heard rushing to take positions on the platforms above.
Platforms above? I mean, the thing where they can't possibly see me because I'm, like, under them? Got some stairs or something for me to climb? Jump in the well! Jump in the well! Alright, there is a door above me. Maybe there actually is supposed to be something I'm supposed to climb in here. Oh, there's a ladder. Okay. Stab, stab. When your ladder doesn't work like that, just back up and try again. Switching from combat mode to climbing mode, sometimes the game, like, bugs out a little bit on it. It used to bug me, but these days it's like, it's just so easy to fix. And ladders are so... Like, show me a single game, even a AAA game, that doesn't have some problem with ladders. I was playing the new Horizon game. You know, you can climb anything painted yellow. And very annoyingly, I'd be in the middle of a fight, and I would try to jump over an attack or something, and I would just auto-cling onto a cliffside and then be completely helpless. Because the game prioritized climbing over, you know, dodging robot dinosaur attacks. At least these ladders, you only ever use them to climb. Like, I've never had a ladder be in my way. Occasionally I get stuck on a box, but that's usually because I'm trying to jump over something.
Lady Morwen asks you to find and help slaves who have escaped during the chaos.
Okay, we can help hiding slaves. I'm fine with that. I would have liked to have moved forward in the quest, though. Is that really all that was down here? Map says I should be able to go this way. Did I just not actually click on you properly? Fine, we'll turn around. I don't want to, but I will. I hit a blue lever. Blue lever, open blue door. Silly me, I went forward instead of doubling back behind myself. Guess we're gonna go down. I will say, as far as like, I do like the little castle hallways. Yeah, they look a little samey after a while, but it is what it would be like to storm a castle, and I don't believe we actually have much in the way of storm a castle. Oh hey, we killed a slave lord. I mean, there's the one in Ravenloft, obviously. 5 rings. It can go in your trinket slot or in your ring slots. But again, no inherent abilities. Just the crafting.
The inner keep houses the remainder of the troops and serves to protect the entrance to the dungeon below.
Greetings. Would you like to surround me, please? Well, we one-shot 2 of them. I gotta hit another lever. Considering that this is like a fortress, like are they usually expecting people to charge in? And why would... Like, they work here, right? This is their office. They're making it really hard to, like, for the intern to deliver coffee.
Pulling the lever unlocks a door nearby.
Do they just send a slave to go open doors every time they need to find something? Do they often have hobgoblins just lost? Like, I couldn't make it to my guard shift because... Couldn't make it to my guard shift because I got locked in a room because somebody pulled the lever. Well, I did find a lever, right? Yeah. We can keep going. 2 levers again. And again, OSHA would hate this place. There are so many like random fire traps and stuff. You know that they've got to
The door
forget.
roars. Suddenly, the looming form of a bear lurches towards you.
Fine, I shall pull this lever
Pull the
myself.
lever. There's a soft pop, and an enchanted crystal lights up.
I should have known.
Roar.
I should have remembered.
Roar. Roar.
There's a stuffed bear that's supposed to scare you. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to run across the room quite that fast. Get out of my way, bear.
Inspection. This bear is stuffed and mounted on a track. A trick used to frighten and confuse intruders.
Pulling levers. Dot quest.
A rush of air can be felt as the doors down the hallway open.
I think that's the other side. Up. I like those little things like, yeah, if I hadn't seen it before, I might be like, what the hell is up with this bear? There's an even better one coming up, I think, soon. Yeah. This right here. Man, look at all those hobgoblins. They sure died awfully fast. Because it's actually, it's a mirror.
There are more defenders than there really are.
That I really like. That one is practical and neat. The bear thing I don't think would really throw people off that much. Especially because you've already got your Team Rocket style pitfall trap. Like, the pitfall trap is probably good enough by itself. Unless you, like, couldn't get the mechanism to work fast enough and the bear was supposed to slow him down so he'd fall into the pit. But then you went and perfected the moving stuffed bear mechanism instead of just making your pitfall work more efficiently.
A control cage can be seen on the far end of the room. The moment you enter,
Ooh, a slave lord. And smite. And slash.
Control cell door drops from the jailer's pocket.
Fine. I will kill all the other guys first.
Inside the cage are several levers. It seems likely that they control the door.
Aha, you can't reach me from here.
Swings open as the lever is pulled. The third lever is pulled, and the remaining slaves flee the.
See, there we go. As soon as the doors are open, slaves run. Good. I'm tanking all the hits anyway. Just, I want to set an example. If I run towards you, right, and kerpow, you're dead, and I'm just looking at you, and if you saw me decapitate your friend, and then you see me going for the ladder to get up to where you are, you're running. Right? I have ignored every one of these arrows. And then just completely whiff. I think there's a guy. Yeah, there's a couple down here. Alright. Everybody done shooting at me? Thought that was a ladder. It is not. It's awfully quiet in this room all of a sudden. Now I can claim my sea hest. Alright then. Door. Nope. Locate the entrance to the lower fortress. So we just kill everything that moves until it says we found the lower fortress. I'm pretty sure I remember what this boss is. Again, if you see me cut down 6 of your friends without caring, hello, slave. You're free now. I could understand like spiders or something, right? And again, this is a little beyond. This is getting into just playing regular Dungeons and Dragons, but yeah, if the heroes come in and blow the crap out of 9/10 of the room, you best believe the rest of the enemy should just turn and run. Not turn and run and go get reinforcements. Turn and like escape. Like, oh gods, we're starting over in the next country over. Just tell them we're really fat elves. Because, like, yeah, I could maybe see if you scare off some kobolds and they have a dragon as their boss. Yeah, they'll run and tell the boss because they're going to reasonably think, okay, our boss is a dragon. That's a big step up. A dragon can handle adventurers. But if you walk in, snap your finger, and 9 out of 10 kobolds fall over dead, and their boss is like a hobgoblin,
dining hall serves as a gathering place for the fortress.
Nah.
Ikar, the commander of the fort, stands ready to make a final stand.
He's ready to make a final stand. Good, because he's going to die. Look at that, 300 damage.
The door opens to reveal a passageway leading deeper into the fortress.
So I know we're already on quest 2, but these are pretty long quests. Doesn't help that I don't exactly remember the path to go, because a lot of trapped hallways tend to start looking the same.
A glance at the room reveals a passageway leading down.
But yeah, we're going down. This is still all quest number 2.
This hallway serves as the entrance to the fortress's dungeon. Marquesa must be somewhere inside.
Really? We literally just talked about this. Yeah, I know. I remember the Marquesa fight.
Pulls the metallic objects you're wearing upwards towards the ceiling. Removing large metal objects might spare you from the effect. It seems to be your metal armor that's being pulled towards the ceiling.
Hey, hireling.
Perhaps if you removed it.
Use the lever. Hireling. Hireling, go use the lever. Fine. I will go use the lever. So it's a magnet trap, which they use in a few spots, but this is a good trap. The hirelings aren't. I don't think they actually. Oh, apparently, I have to walk into the next room first. Silly me. I don't know if I've ever actually had to deal with that trap, because my 2 characters that I know have run through here were a monk and a wizard. I like that trap, though. It's cute. They can use that more often.
A soft sound of weeping can be heard from a nearby room.
This is not the room I thought it was. So this basement-y area has another large room with slaves that we have to open the gate for. And I'm pretty sure it's required that you open the slave room to beat this quest. Really? What is with the kobolds? Like, you are actively less scary than the guys who are... I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe the kobolds are down here because the slave lords know that they're not that useful. This was intended to keep them safe. Or these are the interns. We need lever before we can go any further that way, and it's lever? There we go. Try again. What was that, electric trap?
Various grim-looking devices are scattered throughout this torture chamber.
I don't remember a torture chamber.
Moist air enfolds you as the door opens. This hallway connects with a natural cavern that leads deeper into the subterranean complex.
Am I going the wrong way, or am I just completely blanked out on this? Alright, so there's a torture chamber. Cleared that out. Okay. It's okay by me. More kobolds.
The door opens to reveal a large chasm. The glint
Oh,
of
this I
two
remember.
gems can be seen down on the cavern floor.
I don't suppose you want to go get that for me. No? What if I force you to be on the ground floor? Ah. What if I force you to be on the ground floor and then tell you to wait? And then tell you to get the lever. Yeah! You can just go down there and hit the lever, you just have to jump back up. I just wanted to see if I could make the hireling do it. Yeah. Because I feel like the other lever is going to be up higher. Do. Lever? Not. Lever. Go hit that one. Hireling? Oh, they're going? Yeah. Go get the lever. Save me some effort. Go get the lever.
With the door
Good
unsealed,
job.
You may continue into the caverns below.
Caverns below. Ah. Boo, I wanted to stay up high. Apparently they're not happy that I cheesed their lever. You should be careful, little slave hunter. If my hireling sees you, he's going to laser you into nothingness. Oh, come on, really? How dare I not have put points into specifically the jump skill? The skills in this game, most of them, garbage. There's only a handful that matter. It'd be kind of nice if... I don't know, I feel like... I wasn't sure I was going to make that one. I feel like they should probably put a warning in character creation about how... Okay, well, yeah, see that you like to take swim, but it actually doesn't do anything. Repair. Well, I guess they added stuff to some of these, but some of them don't really do as much as they used to. Feats are even worse, though. Oh man! Do not get me started on how bad feats are in this game.
This room is clearly used to store and cure cheeses. Massive gargoyles growl at the skittering sound of rats.
Alright. Apparently. Cheese! I know what's coming up next.
A rumbling sound can be heard from the corridor above.
A rumbling sound. Oh no, a
A
boulder.
soft buzzing sound can be heard as you approach the door. Bees swarm near their hives. Surely this room is for making honey. You should be
So,
safe unless...
the entire trick to this room, they spit honey on you and then bees attack you. You can disable the honey trap and then you just run through the room. If you can't, you need to go take a bath. Like literally, you jump in this pool of water and you wash the honey off.
Bees!
Bees!
Open, revealing a small settlement built into the very walls of the cave.
So, it's a hobgoblin settlement, right? So they use the hobgoblin tile set. It's a nice little touch.
Inside this massive cavern. You need to destroy these strong points before you can continue further. The last
Again.
of the outpost's defenders falls.
I don't think it's levers. I think it's literally just kill all of the guys. Any more guys? Ooh. Oh, I thought this was slaves. It's just Beasley wolves.
Tenors falls.
I mean, at least the warg doesn't understand, right?
The hobgoblins outside the barracks have been defeated. The natural cavern once again gives way to a
It was held
masonry
shut by their
hallway.
life force. Slave Lord marker again. I mean, come on, kobolds. What are you really expecting to happen here?
You spot a female elf matching Marquessa's description leading through a portal. Creatures spring forward to protect her escape.
Just keep going. No slaves, though. Lever? Lever's locked. Oh, lever's locked because I haven't taken out the owl bear yet.
The
Again,
portal barring your path
locked by its life
fades when you
force.
pull this lever.
Get more materials. Alright. Kobolds. Alright, I believe this is...
A gaunt creature stands at the end of the hallway, looking at you nervously.
let's see. I have been saying this whole time that somebody should just throw their goddamn hands up and surrender. Because I've obviously murdered my way here. However, you... What are you? Oh, you're an ogre. You're not an oni, you're an ogre. Sure.
Blackthorn shuffles away.
So, what he tells you is that there's actually two Marquesas. One of them is a fake. So make sure you murder both of them. A lever.
Walks away quietly.
I do like that he walks away quietly. He's like, nah, I'm not going to raise any alarms. I'm just going to very,
Sound of scuffling
very carefully,
prisoners comes from the room to your right.
as not to agitate the adventurers. So this is the one I was thinking. We're basically at the end of the quest. You have to free these slaves. They were optional everywhere else. You have to free these slaves. And you have to free all 3 sides. There's technically 4 sets of slaves in here, if I remember right.
You open the last door. Slaves
Because I think
emerge
if
from
you
their
go down
cells
here,
and
there's like
escape.
some monstrous slaves of some kind. Yeah, these cavelings. Apparently, they won't let you in, but do. Yeah, so those are the people who survived the torture chamber that we crushed our way through earlier. They have their own little encampment now, and they only let other cavelings in, which is fine. Where is my hireling? Alright. So first more kobolds apparently. So I believe this is fake Marquesa right here.
Before you stands Juliet, Marquessa's assistant.
Really?
Juliet curses you as she falls to the ground.
Apparently, I've never seen that one. So apparently Marquesa's assistant is just straight up a kobold named Juliet. Okay. So this should be fake Marquesa.
Marquesa awaits your arrival inside this well-appointed room.
She made me...
Marquesa's double
So she's basically like the caveling, right? She says she tore off my face and gave me this one.
Her own image. Now, to find the real Marquesa.
That's just a little much. Like, also, what's the point of having a doppelganger if the doppelganger says, I'm a doppelganger, I stop you? Like, seriously. Wonder what's back here. I don't think this is the way you do to go to finish the quest, though. Might be to finish the quest, but we want to kill Marquesa.
Before you stands a powerful Minotaur, ready to defend Marquesa till its dying.
These guys have, like, some severe loyalty issues. Like, who are these people who are just like, oh yeah, this slave lady, I better die for her. She is totally worth dying for. Which that kind of goes with all of these guys. Like, are they going to get a bonus if they're the one that kill me? They're well armed and they're ready for combat. I'm not turning the corner and then some guy's eating his lunch and he goes, shit! Right? They are ready to fight.
Marquesa, the slave lord, stands before you. Some kind of object is encased. Marquesa is dead, and her followers routed.
Blurp, dead.
Now to search for clues that might lead to the slave lord's primary stronghold.
It said something about an object? Object encased in a magical field behind her. Which is probably this map. Hey look! The headquarters of the slave
That leads
lords.
to the Slaver's City. Surely this must be the slave lord's main base.
I'm okay with taking out a place called Slave City. Not to take out the slaves, but to free the slaves. So I guess we are taking them out, in that we're taking them out of the city. Alright. Part number 3. Maybe this question just feels long because, like, in my head, these are basically one quest, and I always do all of them at once.
You enter the cave said to lead to the slave lords. Near the entrance, you find a wounded halfling standing over the body of a dead slaver.
Individually, so far, these aren't bad. I think the problem is that when you run it as one long, like, you always just run all of them together, making sure my noisy device is... I've either just never looked at it from this angle, or something's going wrong. But not wrong enough for me to go look at it even closer. So, this one starts out a little differently, at least.
The floor
Look,
here is covered
a
with
salt
coarse
trap.
granules, naturally occurring salt
So,
crystals from the
you
cave walls.
slide and
You
fall into
stumble
a hole
and slide down the sloping corridor.
because it's slippery with salt. Oh look, genoles. I vaguely remember this one being shorter than the other two. Maybe just because I stop exploring by the time I'm in the third one of these. Let's see, there's going to be a puzzle coming up if I remember right. You run behind me and all it does is slow me down. Oh, there are some neat traps in here though. Oh, now that I remember about the trap, I have to remember where it is. Oh, I can't fall in the trap. Not after remembering about the trap. Away with you, rats. This is a fake door. Like, not an actual door. I don't know if that was in the original module or not, but it's just like you open the door, just like, huh? I kind of want one of those in my house. Just a door. Doesn't go anywhere. Just a door. I'd be amused. Alright. Now that I'm looking for the trap, every line on the floor looks suspicious. Where is that trap? Oh, don't mind me. You don't have to get up. I'll stab you while you're sitting down. This is it. This is the... No, this is not the spot I was thinking of. The map having weird, like, already revealed spots is... I'm not sure why it's doing that. Well, I suspect it's because the game sees the map top down, so I've been in the spot above that spot on a different map. It's probably what's going on. Oh, here's our first instance of, like, arcane ooze. This is basically magic oil. It hurts to be in it.
A bridge
Do not be in
over
it.
a pool of strange
I want to
glowing
say there's gust traps right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump.
heavy in the air.
I'm going to jump on. Ah. I was not wrong. I just didn't jump on the right spot. So I get you. Those are electric. So what threw me? Alright. Guess I should call him to me so he doesn't sit in the ooze forever. So that stuff was actually introduced back when they put in the House Cannith area of Stormreach. Ah, yes. And they've used it very, very little. I'm not even sure why it's here. So, this guy is trapped. We can free him by solving a puzzle. Which is the puzzle I alluded to way earlier because I thought that this quest was shorter.
This appears to be a dead end.
I mean,
A rope dangles from the ceiling at the end of the corridor.
no. I'm not going to go pull on the rope. No. It's too obvious. Fine, I'll go pull on the rope. I thought the puzzle was over here, though. Weird. Maybe this just takes us down to it. Pull the rope. Floor's gonna break out. Surprise. Pull the hireling out before he dies. Like, I ran over here. I didn't see the door pop or anything. Like, not. I guess you could probably stand way right up all the way on the edge and still be able to reach the rope, maybe? Go to the rope. Jump. Click the rope. Yeah, so you can select the rope with Q. So you get a running start, jump, high five the rope in midair, keep going, you'll land over here. You should probably heal yourself. Or just cast acid resistance. Are you the trap I'm thinking of? No, we're not there yet. We are going to acid resist though, in case I screw it up. Traps, traps everywhere. Underhulks. It's a different kind of trap. Very dangerous if confusion actually worked in this game. Umberhulks in pen and paper, they can confuse you and you end up attacking your allies. Doesn't work quite as well in an MMO. Because I don't really want to take control away from your character. They don't mind, like, holding you in place, but making you attack other players. I could one-shot most other players at level. Hello, puzzle. You are way further into this quest than I thought you were. So obviously we don't want to light those up. So we're going to turn that so it can't. Do 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 do. One down. These guys make like the weirdest little like whiny like somebody kicked a cat kind of sound. Two puzzles. You're not a puzzle. Need one more. One more way to puzzle. Here it is. Let's not turn on the big bad trap. And now we're good to continue. Where is the trap I'm thinking of? I know it's in this quest. It's gotta be coming up. So here's an interesting bait. Look at that. There's a knoll, there's a slave lord, you can see him. There's a Galbrazu, giant demon. There's a little blue dragon.
monstrous figures loom above you.
Except then you get close.
Cries,
This place belongs to the slave lords. Be gone, intruders.
Just illusions. Now, the wizard is real, and strangely enough, like, he has a rust monster as his familiar. Like, lean into that. Don't make it look like a dragon. I can suplex dragons. It's the rust monster that would slow most adventurers down. Maybe that's what he's going for. Maybe he's going for hoping that they swing something at the dragon and it breaks because it hits the rust monster.
the slave lords use Suderham as their base and marketplace. An uneasy quiet hangs over the slaving city, and the streets are strangely empty.
Excuse me, good sir. Have you heard the good word? I am in town! So, after all of that jungle adventuring, all of the underground tunnels, the slave lords actually just took over a regular old town. And, like, literally anybody escaping would have been able to run away and been like, hey, they took over my town. Literally anybody. Just one. It only takes one. One person escapes, goes to the local, like, paladin clubhouse and goes, hey, slavers, that way. Took over my village. Whole thing. Everybody, slaves. Slaves everywhere. And they've got kobolds. So this, the sign of the rose. So it's kind of like Occupy Germany kind of thing. Some of the buildings get to like stay open, mostly because they entertain the slave lords. So we talk to Madam Eva and we say, smoke rises from the volcano. That's the code word. And then she opens the secret door. More shackles. Look, she literally walks over.
Shows you the slave lord's secret entrance. A ladder leading down into the darkness.
Down into the darkness. So yeah. Because we know the code.
A humanoid figure stands perfectly motionless in the gloom. One hand is raised, as if in warning.
You know, Clay Golem. You are very large for a clay golem. Now you are very small. You're large for a pile of clay. There's really not a lot to say about these quests after, you know, the 18th hallway with guys in it. Ooh. You see that? You see the difference in the floor? Mr. Hireling, would you be so kind? See that doorway over there? Please go open that door. Oh no! We will jump over, and we are clear of that fire trap. Would you like to go and look for more traps for me? I don't like how that looks broken. Are you a mimic? It was a mimic. At least as far as older quests go, or as far as non-event mimics go. You can tell it's a mimic because it will have a challenge rating and a health bar under the chest. Not normally there. We've got to be coming up on the trap I've been looking for this whole time. Okay. See this? Again, there's funny spots on the floor whenever something's up. Do I have any... Oh, I've got a lever. Would you like to go push that lever, please? Oh, nothing happened here. The lever is not blocked. You missed. Ah. I don't believe we've run into this kind of puzzle yet. So this is a light puzzle. It works exactly the way you think it does. We are going to redirect a light beam all the way across the room. Most of these you can set as you go, because they have to only go one direction. You are really big for a Minotaur. Like, you are quite large for a Minotaur. Anyway, so there's only one position they can even go in, so you can basically solve it as you go. Like, the light has... Any light coming either direction, this guy has to be facing like this. Doesn't matter which direction. That's the only plausible way for that to work. That's the light bar. So, I believe the target is right here. Get out of here, dog. Here's the target. So we want the light to hit that thing. Unfortunately, they only turn one direction. So you'd be forgiven for thinking you want it to let the light go boop, 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 boop. Short way, right? There's no mirror right here. We have to bounce it all the way around the rest of the room. Also, I can see a chest right here, so I'm going to just grab that. Those hyenas, they make like the worst sound. Anyway, that's the target. We have to go this way because there's no mirror the other way. Goes this way. To turn this one all the way around because there's only one version of the use button. Oh, I didn't actually need to turn that one. Now, this one's on me. It looked wrong when I walked up. So the thing you need to be careful of, these relay crystals are very deadly. You see the giant scorch mark? And the bones? Do not stand in the light beam. Go around. Depending on the quest, this is an insta-kill if you walk into the giant laser beam. You should go hit that for me. No? Fine. Alright. Again. So this is the trap I've been waiting for. This is it. So, 2... Oh, what a bad time for that to have turned off. 2 clues as to this trap. 1. Different colored floor again. Kind of hard to tell. I mean, this one's not that bad because it's got a greenish tint to it. You go. 2. The battle music has kicked in. I'm going to jump this corner. But what is this? A gelatinous cube? I could really use freedom of movement for this, but we're okay. So yeah, it's a collapsing floor puzzle trap into a gelatinous cube. I really didn't want to fall in that actively looking for it. I'm glad I spotted it.
A path carved into the clammy stone leads down to the shores of a subterranean lake.
I feel like there's something more to this lake. I literally did not see that monster. All I heard was roar in my ear. Alright. I want to say we're getting close to the end. We've gotten past all of the major traps that I remember. It should be pretty obvious.
You found the council chamber of the slave lords at last.
There's the council chamber.
The council is in session. The slave lords
Cast failed.
These are clearly
So,
battle-hardened veterans, not pampered aristocrats.
He's not supposed to have attacked me already. Wow, he has a high damage reduction. So yeah, he's not supposed to have already attacked me. You're supposed to have to fight all these guys at the same time. Apparently just standing in the doorway is enough. If I actually... Ah! They put the thing behind me. I was going to say, I was pretty sure that there was a force field. I mean, I'm sure that you're very scary if I'm not 4 levels over.
You've destroyed the slave lords and dismantled their entire operation. People from the surrounding lands will no longer
Shouldn't there be one more?
of being torn from their homes and enslaved. Now return to Dame Gold and claim your
1, 2, 3,
reward.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I wonder if I actually killed 9. So, usually... I thought there was like a hunter guy that stealthed and would like run away. I remember that fight being longer. Maybe just because I only got the aggro one of them at a time. I didn't do it. I opened the door and one guy charged me. Give her a high five and
Now that
we get
she's
some
finally
XP.
convinced of your good intentions, Dame Gold gives you the codex page.
Ah, right.
The safe one.
She had the codex page the whole time.
Great evil lies
We
inside
killed...
it.
I can't believe I forgot that. She has the codex page. She tells us that at the very beginning. Ah, whatever. At least the bad guys have it. Can you imagine the slave lords having the ability to teleport easily? That would probably be bad. But yeah, we killed the slave lords, so she gives us the page because the world is at peace, etc., etc. Here you go, I found your thingamajig. Do I care about getting... I'm going to go with Shattered Staff. Alright, so that was... Really? Another check mark? That was the Slave Lords chain. It is literally 3 quests that you more or less run in a row. They are okay. I'm not really a big fan of these quests. I'm trying to mark the quests off on my list. Whatever. They're not terrible. They're kind of slightly too long, ironically. The third one has a lot of cool, there's a lot of neat moments. There's a lot of things like in the second quest, the mirror, the gelatinous cube pit trap. There's a lot of neat individual moments. But then there's a lot of running around very similar hallways, and there was a lot fewer enemies than last time. Those packs used to be we got what, like 3 or 4 guys at a time as we ran by. That used to be more like 10 to 12 at a time. And it just, if you were, especially if you were a single target guy, you had to punch them one at a time. It would take forever. I'm on a character with cleaves, so I wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered to me so much this time, because a cleave is a cleave. But yeah, that's a lot better. I don't like crafting, so I don't really plan on using any of the items here, because you have to like grind out materials, so that doesn't really do it for me. And it just feels like one long quest. One really, really, really long quest. I can't even differentiate them in my mind. They're just one long quest, because I only ever run them back to back. You know, and there's things to like about it. If you like the crafting, great. Slave Lord item is a ton of time to get, but it fills almost any gap in your gear set, so that's good. It does have an epic mode and the heroic mode, which is kind of standard these days, but it does mean you get to have kind of double the quests. This is still a skip for me though. Um, Knowing what I know, I wouldn't have even bought this one on sale. Like there's nothing really drawing me into this one. There's, like I said, there's some cute moments, but it's not worth the hour and a half it took to run through those quests. Like the cool moment to running through hallways ratio is not quite good enough there. And I skipped quite a few of the extraneous hallways. So, not a high recommendation from me, but they're not bad quests. Like, you're not going to hate yourself for having them. It's just something that I tend to skip when I'm leveling my characters up. So, to each their own, but yeah. I am more than happy to move on. Next time, we're going to go to... We're going to go to the Vault of Night. And by Vault of Night, I mean most of the Vault of Night, because it's another pack that ends in a raid, and we cannot do the raids. But this is a pack that has a lot of variety to it, as you will see. So, next time, Vault of Night, we'll see a lot more than just hallways. Like, yeah, there's some very trippy stuff in this next pack. See you then.